Before we start today's video, I want to ask you, how are you really? I mean, how are you when the day ends and the lights go out? When the world stops asking you for anything, and there's no one around you to convince you that you have it all together? How are you listening to the silence that knows too much? Do you still carry the weights of the things you swore you'd let go of? Some men find strength by blending into the crowd, but others discover an even deeper power in standing apart, quietly shaping their destiny without advertising their struggles or triumphs. Sigma males are just such men, a lesser-known breed, much different than the usual alpha and beta males, known for their deeply private nature and refusal to reveal too much about themselves. Their mystique isn't an act. It's a carefully cultivated philosophy that allows them to navigate life on their terms, free from the expectations and judgments of others. Why the secrecy about their past? Simple. They understand that the things they've experienced don't define who they are today, so they don't need anyone else defining them by it either. Their silence is not about shame, but about control over their own narrative, emotions, and personal journey. What are the things of their past that they refuse to share with anyone? Let's explore these hidden aspects of a Sigma male's history. 1. They experienced a turbulent childhood. Many Sigma males come from backgrounds marked by upheaval, maybe a financially unstable home, frequent moves, or parents who constantly argued. They rarely speak of it, not because they're hiding pain, but because they see no point in letting that chaos define them in anyone else's eyes. Each uprooting or family rift quietly taught them how to adapt quickly and depend on themselves. By the time they reach adulthood, they've already formed a fierce sense of independence. Yet they keep these stories locked away, preferring to show their resilience rather than recount childhood trials. They've decided that their future is theirs to create, far removed from the echoes of a turbulent past. 2. They had to walk away from key relationships. Some of the most meaningful people in a Sigma male's life, friends, mentors, or even relatives, ultimately proved harmful or toxic. Instead of dragging out a hopeless situation, Sigma males took the difficult step of completely severing ties. This wasn't a simple decision. Cutting off someone who once mattered deeply leaves scars they rarely display. They keep quiet about this heartbreak because talking about it reopens the wound, and they don't believe in allowing heartbreak to overshadow their present. To them, it's simply another lesson in self-preservation and growth, an important chapter that's better reflected in their actions than told in stories. 3. They are not who they were. 5 years ago, Sigma males are explorers at heart, testing boundaries and repeatedly reinventing themselves. 1 year they might be delving into abstract art. The next, they're learning advanced coding techniques or changing careers entirely. It's no wonder they don't flaunt their past. The version of themselves from 5 years ago feels almost unrecognizable. Every leap, every pivot, and every lesson accumulates, molding them into the person they are today. They'd rather quietly embody those changes than narrate them. For the Sigma male, their personal evolution is constant, and they don't want to be constrained by anyone's perceptions of who they used to be. 4. They clung to an old dream that later became irrelevant. Like many people, Sigma males once chased what they thought was their life's calling: a sports career, a musical aspiration, or an academic dream. But they eventually realized it clashed with their true nature or goals. Instead of agonizing over the years invested, they had the clarity to let go, pivoting towards something more aligned with their evolving identity. They rarely mention this lost dream because it's a piece of the past they've outgrown. Rather than linger on regret or dwell on wasted effort, they applaud themselves for recognizing when to move on. To them, success is knowing not just how to persevere, but also when to walk away. 5. They were overlooked and unseen before harnessing the confidence we see today. Many Sigma males recall being the invisible presence in a crowd, someone the teacher hardly remembered or the friend group overlooked. This experience exposed them to early solitude, teaching them to be self-sufficient and strong without external praise. When people ask about their humble beginnings, they usually steer clear of these stories. Why? Because they don't want to be tied to a narrative where their past invisibility defines them. They believe that who they are now is a product of perseverance and transformation, not the overlooked child or teen they used to be. 6. They pulled themselves out of a bad situation. Sigma males typically face at least one major crisis: a financial pitfall, a toxic work environment, or a dire personal struggle. Yet rather than leaning on others or broadcasting their adversity, they tackled it alone, developing profound resilience in the process. The reason they rarely reference this personal triumph is that they see no benefit in being applauded for overcoming hardship. In their mind, it's just what needed to be done. Each challenge overcome deepened their self-reliance, solidifying the belief that they control their fate. Sharing the specifics only invites pity or admiration they never sought to begin with. 7. They secretly idolize someone who let them down. There was likely a teacher, coach, or older relative whom the Sigma male once admired wholeheartedly, only to discover their hero was flawed or hypocritical. That deep disappointment changed how they view mentorship and trust. Since then, Sigma males rarely confide in or fully rely on external role models. They don't broadcast this letdown because the wound still stings, and they no longer believe in searching for a spotless hero. Instead, they choose to become their own role model, forging a path guided by personal ethics and intuition rather than another's example. For them, clinging to illusions of a perfect mentor simply isn't worth repeating. 8. They embrace their hard-earned wisdom in private. Some adversity in a Sigma male's life was so significant that it entirely reshaped him. Whether it was a crushing failure, a life-threatening experience, or a drastic turn of events, it shattered his old perspective. Instead of seeking sympathy or admiration, he internalized the lessons, using them as silent fuel to move forward with unshakable confidence. This might be the most profound aspect of a Sigma male's past, a reservoir of wisdom known only to him, powering his ability to face new challenges head-on. He doesn't need applause or accolades for his perseverance. His growth is a personal journey, deeply respected and fiercely guarded from casual inspection. 9. They struggled with self-doubt before mastering confidence. Sigma males weren't always as self-assured as they appear today. There was a time when they doubted their path, questioned their abilities, or hesitated to take risks. However, they never let self-doubt define them. Instead, they used those moments as fuel for growth, slowly crafting an unshakable sense of confidence through experience and persistence. They rarely discuss these past insecurities because they see them as stepping stones rather than defining struggles. 10. They have a private code of ethics. They live by, unlike many who seek external validation, Sigma males develop their own code of conduct, one that dictates how they approach life, relationships, and personal success. This moral compass is deeply personal and unwavering, shaped by their experiences rather than societal expectations. They do not feel the need to broadcast their principles or justify their actions to anyone. Their code is theirs alone, guiding them through life with a quiet but resolute sense of purpose. On a final note, Sigma males keep these elements of their past hidden for one very deliberate reason. They refuse to be defined by where they've been, and they see no benefit in broadcasting their personal evolution to a crowd who might misunderstand it. Every struggle they overcame, every betrayal they endured, and every shift they navigated is woven into their essence, powerful and foundational, yet deeply private. It's in this guarded space that they find inner strength, clarity, and peace of mind. Do you agree with the points mentioned here? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. Now go out, conquer the world, because you are the chosen one.